Yes, hello friends, welcome to BISP Solutions and myself Ashwin, and this is our day 7 of business analysis case study. Now today we are going to see, today we are going to see what are the soft skills, right? So far we have seen what is a BA, how many types of project that BA handles, how many types of different BAs are there, and what are the tools that BA use. Now today we are going to discuss this what are the soft skills that a BA should have, right? And from our next session we will start ERP. Okay, so today we will just this is just consider this as just a recap of all these last 6 sessions. Okay, now today we are going to see what are the BA soft skills. Okay, now see here, BA soft skills and communication practice. See, whenever a person becomes a BA, now BA who can become a BA, or a person who has worked on many projects and he is having complete understanding of the application itself and the team and also the project, the business, right? Now what are these BA soft skills? So let's first discuss with the soft skills. First of all, active listening, understand before responding. Now see what happens. Let's take an example of ERP project, right? Today we are going to take the scenario of end-to-end NetSuite implementation, right? Because in our next session, from our next session we will start ERP. So let's take an example, a BA, a person's let's suppose I'm taking my example. Suppose if I have to implement NetSuite from end to end in a company, right? It's a business to business company, right? Now what happens? First of all, the very first soft skill, that is active listening, understand before responding. First of all, let the SME or let the stakeholder complete his narration, whatever he wants to say, that whatever he wants, whatever he wants in his new system or the upcoming NetSuite ERP, whatever he expects from ERP, let him finish first. Okay, then clear communication. Now see, avoid jargons and stay structured. Now stay structured and avoid jargons means what? Let me give you one example. For example, the stakeholder, right? Now stakeholder, he is from like simple commerce background, so you have to communicate with him in a way that he can understand. Don't use heavy words of technology. Okay, for example, if he says that we want bulk data to be uploaded in NetSuite, so you just say okay, it can be done with the help of CSV. Don't go in depth that okay, give me the CSV, then we will cleanse and massage the data with the help of pandas library. If you communicate like this, he doesn't understand. So avoid jargons and technical words with him, right? And stay structured. Whatever is going to be done, show him the process, but instead of using technical keywords, just simple language, right? So first is active listening, second is clear communication, third is empathy, that means step into the user's shoes. For example, you have to understand in depth exactly how they want the system and visualize exactly how the process is to be done according to his point of view. Okay, the next is conflict management. Now conflict management means balance the stakeholder needs. See what happens, many times the client or the employee from the client side, he gives you so many requirements. Now either you should say that okay, no, only these requirements will be fulfilled. So that creates a conflict because the client, he will resist. He says that no, this facility I want anyhow. So instead of creating the conflict, you have to make the balance of stakeholder needs. Whatever he says, just explain him that okay, this thing will become more complex if you go on with this way. So you have to explain and try to reduce his requirements if they are unnecessary. Otherwise our task is to fulfill the needs of the client, right? So that is called conflict management. Many times there is a conflict between the implementation team and the employee level, right? So in that case, the CEO or the CFO or any chief technology officer, they interfere, they intervene in that. So instead we have to avoid that type of condition, situation. Confidence in presentation. Now see, speak with clarity. For example, let's take purchase to procure plan, right? Now when I am explaining purchase to procure, I have to first understand, in the very first day I listen to him, right? On the very first day I listen to him, and then from next day I have to keep all those points in the mind, and then I will narrate what specifications that I'm going to say in the NetSuite. So in that, for example, speak with clarity means, for example, in NetSuite there is a facility of approval routing. So I will clearly mention that okay, here there is a facility of approval routing, there is a facility of workflow, that whatever you want that can be automated. So in this way you can speak with more clarity. Then the negotiation skills. Handle scope versus time budget debate. See what happens many times, suppose it is decided that the project is to be completed within the 7 months or 1 year, maximum 1 year. Now there is a conflict. For example, client will say that okay, our budget is this much only, you have to complete it on this time. And when you say that okay, it will take a little time, increase the budget, now again there is a conflict, because many times I have heard the client saying like this, that when we are paying for this ERP, then why we are not getting this type of facility, or why it is getting delayed. So this type of negotiation handling skills also comes under the soft skills. I have seen the one of my project, the business analyst, he used to just listen very carefully, and then very slowly he used to reply, so that the other person, if you give a wrong answer, or if you give him false answers, so that would be not a good practice. So that is why negotiation skills will be there. And then email and meeting. Now see, be professional and crisp. Every time in every project, this is 100% confirmed that every week there will be minimum 1 or 2 meetings will be there. So you have to be very good at writing the emails and conducting the meeting. That means leading the complete meeting, right? Leading the team also and lead the meeting also. You have to successfully accomplish the meeting. So it is very necessary that you should be a good listener, you should be very calm, and then only you can do like this. Okay, so these are the soft skills that a business analyst must have. Okay, now let's come to the next point. Now see, for example, let's take that we are given an assignment of just take a assignment point of view. Now first of all, stakeholder meeting. Now as you can see in the image attached here, I have attached this image. Now what this image shows, that whenever the stakeholders speaks, you have to just note down each and everything, and then you have to document it. That will be called as the BRD. Okay, so you have to be always with your pen and paper ready, right? Whatever the stakeholder is saying, just write down each and everything. Okay, and then just a second, 1 second. Okay, yeah. So you have to be first of all, you have to listen each and everything within the first 3 meetings. Take notes of each and every stakeholder, each and every SME, that is the subject matter expert, and then first note down, then prepare a flow chart, exactly what type of flow they want, what is the currently flow. So everything should be documented. Then email writing task. Now see, once you have a meeting with the stakeholder and then come back to your office, right? That is the main office, head office. Now you have to email when will be the next meeting held. Okay, so you have to be good at email writing also. And the final is mock presentation. Now mock presentation means, for example, if I come to the if I come from a meeting and then I have sent the emails to all the stakeholders that okay, on Friday there will be a meeting, 2 days later on Friday there will be a meeting. Now I have to prepare a presentation in the format of PPT, right? In the format of PPT I have to prepare a presentation, and then I have to show that whatever I listen, whatever I have taken the information, that is this, and what we can offer you, this is what we can offer you, and then finally take their approval. Okay, so question and answer plus soft skill tips will from real project sample question you might be asked. Okay, for example, how to handle difficult stakeholders. Now this is what, there are so many difficult stakeholders also there, so they are not flexible enough, right? And what if the client keeps changing the requirement? In that case, what will you do? So there is a technique that freezing the requirement. First of all, what I do, I have seen in one of my project that the client keep on changing the requirement. It was a business project, IT business project. So the client keep on changing the requirements. So finally, after so many changes, we had to freeze the requirement. We said that okay, final, this is the final document, and then they signed off that document, and then finally once it is freezed, then only we start working on that, right? Now what if I don't understand the business process? Many times it happens that you don't understand the business process. No problem, it's not a very big problem. So in that case, there is one technique. See, in your company there might be some accountants also, there might be some CAs also, right? So if any business process is not clear to you, in that case you can take help with the accountant from your side, not from their side. I remember in one of my project there was a purchase to procure process which was very much complex at their end. So I used to take help from the accountant side, that what exactly they want. So either you can sit alone in front of the client, or you can take your own accountant with them and with you, and then you can communicate with the client. That will also be fine. There is no any restriction that okay, why don't you come alone for taking requirement, right? So business analyst must have the flexibility. Whatever, first of all, the very first task is you should understand exactly what you are going to do, right? Second is, you can, if anything is for example taxation part, or you can say the any module which is not clear to you, so in that case you can take a help of accountant also, right? Now let's move ahead. Okay, then you will see here BA pro tips to answer. Okay, always listen first then speak, don't interrupt stakeholders, that is fine. Use phrases like let me confirm what I understood. Okay, now see here, what if you see in this image, just a second, if you see in this image, you can see the person is showing something like flow chart, right? So whatever you communicate with him, immediately either you can draw the image or the flow chart or the diagram, anything, and you can show him like this, right? Or you can say, based on discussion, may I suggest, this is just a communication skills techniques, right? So you can show him whatever you have understood, but complete the meeting with all the doubts cleared, right? Don't keep any type of doubt in your mind and finish the meeting. Once you finish the meeting, the client will consider that okay, everything is conveyed to the person, business analyst, right? Now see what next point is written here. If you are unsure, say I will check with the team and get back to you. Never guess, right? Okay, now suppose if the client is saying something difficult, just hold on. Yeah, now let's start. Suppose, okay, now let me repeat again. If you are unsure, say that I will check with my team. Now see what happens many times the client or the stakeholder, he puts some requirement, something which is not usual, which is not that you have handled so far. So you have to first say that okay, I will check this requirement whether it can be possible or not. Don't say like this, okay, our team will do this, right? For example, let me give you one example. In ERP, let's take NetSuite. Now in this NetSuite, normally NetSuite encourage that whenever you migrate the sales orders, convert them into the invoice using either script or by mass update. But the client is saying that okay, we are having 100 sales orders and 100 invoices, upload both of them. So don't say directly yes, because there could be some limitations in NetSuite also, because every application, every product has its own limitations. So don't say directly okay, we will do this, give your all the data and I will upload it. Don't say like this. Second, maintain a meeting notes template. It helps clarify doubts later. Now see, whenever you communicate with the client, always prepare a template, and inside that, one side their questions, one side their answers. Don't change the template every time, right? So that slowly the client also becomes used to with that template, and he can easily he will also take interest in that template. Then practice role playing client scenarios to build confidence. Practice role playing client scenario. Now see, whatever the client has explained to you, first you should understand exactly what he is asking to do, and then you can say okay. So first of all, you have to run that application, you have to think about that application, whether we are ready to provide whatever they want, correct? So in this way, you have to first listen very carefully, then whatever they are saying, just note down the notes, right? And if anything is not clear to you, just say okay, I will check it out. Right now I can't give any commitment. Don't give any type of commitment to the client, because every meeting will be recorded, right? So far I have handled many projects, and in many projects I have seen that every meeting is recorded by the client. So don't say anything without thinking, okay? Now see here, just give me a second. Now let me give you this example. Now here, if you see here, just a second, takeaways. Now soft skills can be memorized. Okay, soft skills, it is fine that soft skills can be memorized, and soft skills can't be memorized, and they can be practiced only. Suppose that is why many times there are so many students, they come from different backgrounds, but only who come from English background or English speaking background, only they could achieve the target. That's the reason. Soft skills you cannot memorize. You can memorize the techniques, the coding, you can do all these things, but how to speak, how much to speak, when to speak, with whom you should speak, this can be achieved by practice only. The best BA are not the most technical, they are the best communicator. The person who knows 4 types of languages. So it does not guarantee you that you will become a BA, but if you are having good techniques of communicating, for example, if I will sit in front of you and you will speak each and everything, then I go back and then again I prepare a complete documentation, then I will share it with you. So that is called communicator. Okay. And third point is record your voice, give mock presentation and improve gradually. Now, first of all, those who are having less confidence, right? For example, there could be many people, those who are not a good communicator, or they are not having very good command over English language, because in this ERP world, or we can say the corporate world, you have to communicate in English only. Hardly 20% are there those who communicate in Hindi also, but normally 80% you will see projects of outside world and then they speak English only. So in this way, you have to first be prepared to face the client. What he will say and what you will say, that is another thing, but you have to be confident that yeah, I can communicate with them. And here is the final point, that is keep improving English fluency if you are non-native. See, in if we talk about, like, there are so many countries and every country is having their own languages, right? Now in America, English is the main native language, but suppose in India we speak Hindi is our language. So many students come from different backgrounds. It is not necessary that every student is good at English. So here you have to be very confident, you have to practice it well, right? After that, you have to note down whatever you have listened, you have to note down in the bullet points, right? You have to note down everything in the bullet points. Then you have to show that if any workflow is there, then you have to show them, okay, this is how. And the third is, you have to show the UI design document also. Suppose you are not UI design document, you have to show the process and the diagram and the role based, how much roles are there, how many roles are there. And one more thing, I will explain you once we finish this summary part, right? Now summary is, BA soft skills matters as much as technical skills. Now see, most of the time those who are in technical field, they think that okay, what they are doing technical, that is the most important. Communicating with client is not a high level part. But remember one thing, communication is the topmost quality and it is as equal as technical skills. Okay, look at this, communication equal to requirement clarity. So whatever you communicate, there should be clarity in their requirement, right? Practice stakeholder conversation often. What is this? Practice stakeholder conversations often. So in my projects, what we used to do whenever we first deployed in my very first project, what we used to do, we used to record the meeting, and then we used to see twice, thrice, and then we have to extract. But later on, after practice, now we are good enough to extract the requirement during the meeting only. So this is called practice regularly, right? And after that, ask questions, don't assume. For example, suppose suppose if the client is saying that okay, we are having some items also and we provide some services also. So you have to ask them, if it is a service, then what type of service you are providing. Don't assume from your side that okay, many times there is a habit that just assume, right? So don't assume anything from your side. when they say that okay, we sell the items also, and we are having some services also that we offer to the client. So immediately ask them, okay, so how many types of services are there? Shall I include them in as a non-inventory item, or service for software for service? What type of service you provide, and what are the charges, hourly or whatever the base is there, charging process. So you have to ask each and every question. Don't just assume that. Emails plus presentation reflects your professionalism. Now emails plus presentation, see, suppose in our daily life also, in our office, suppose if you want to discuss something with your company owner, right, that is the boss of the company. So if you want to communicate with something with company owner, so, or the director, so you have to schedule a meeting with him and then send him an email or a message on MS Team that, sir, we need to discuss on this project. And that is called the professionalism. Don't just directly go in front of the director, and because informing beforehand, that is most important. That is called professionalism. Similarly, when you will work in when a BA, that is a business analyst, work on a client project, in that case the business analyst has to write the emails every time and then set up a meeting with them, and then once they approve that meeting, okay, then you have to do the presentation every time, and presentation is also most important. Don't just start communicating without sharing any type of screen or without sharing any type of document or the PPT. PPT is 100% necessary in every meeting, whether it contains only 2 slides, that doesn't matter. Okay, so that doesn't matter whether it contains 2 slides or 3 slides, doesn't matter, but at least 1 or 2 slides should be there. Okay, you suppose there are, if you see in this image, in many projects there are different types of projects. Suppose there are some offshore team is also there, and there are some on-site team also there, onshore. Now how to communicate with them? So you have to show you have to schedule a meeting every time, and you have to sit with them. You have to show, you can see here, client daily stand-up meeting. So daily stand-up meetings are there. In that stand-up meeting, you have to show whatever you have done, what was discussed in the last meeting. So that means you have to show the MOM, minutes of meeting also, right? Okay, so now let's have a quick recap, and then I will show you the exact process of handling the complete project. Okay, first of all, let's take a project comes to me, end to end NetSuite implementation. Okay, that is fine. Now the very first step, let's take step 1, communicate with client, and then communicate with client and then document the requirement, right? Document, right? This is what I have shown you in this slide, right? First of all, you have to communicate with the client, and then take the all the requirements, and then you have to document them. First, once it is documented, that is called the BRD. Step 2, again send email for meeting and schedule them and explain them, and then take sign off. Okay, so this is our second step. In this second step, what happens once you communicate with them? So you have to communicate very very calmly, and then you have to take all the requirements, then in the middle, if you feel that you should open your mouth, then speak very politely that okay, let me confirm that what I understood. Okay, so in this way you can communicate with the client, because whatever he is saying, there are chances that we could not understand whatever he is saying, so we have to explain him exactly what I understood and is it the same that you want to convey, right? So you have to make it clarity, right? And if you are unsure, right, if step 3, if unsure, then take time to discuss with your team, right? Suppose if he says that we want 2-3 level of approval routing, now first of all you need to confirm from your technical team whether it is possible or not, then only you can say okay. Otherwise just tell them that okay, I will check with the team, that's it. Then one more thing is there, step 4, MOM of every meeting. MOM of every meeting needs to be sent. The reason is that a person handles so many meetings daily and he spend maximum time on their work, so it is very difficult to memorize that exactly in which meeting what was promised or what was discussed. So it is better to provide MOM of every meeting. That means only the bullet points, important points that were discussed in the meeting, right? So writing MOM is the best practice. Even in my office I write MOM after every meeting, whether it is asked by the director or not, that doesn't matter. You should be good at writing MOM. Just you have the habit of MOM writing and then send it to everyone. Nobody will say that why did you send the MOM. Okay, so keep practicing of writing MOM after every meeting. Then let's see what next. Okay, don't assume, keep asking everything. Step 5, that is don't assume, keep asking. If you ask something twice, thrice, never mind, they will help you, right? So nobody will refuse. But the problem arises when you don't ask anything and then you present something which was not expected. At that time the problem arises. Okay, for example, let me give you one scenario in one of my project. The client gives his requirement, and it was related to P2P, purchase to procure. The client was saying okay, and then client gives the requirement and our team leader, he says okay, everything is fine. And at the time of next stand-up meeting, when we presented, at that time he pointed out some things which were not given. So always keep asking, okay, this after this step you need this step. For example, while taking requirement of order to cash, right? So I have to ask, is there any item which is inventory item or kit package item? So at the time of sales order, would you like to add the taxes automatically, or would you like to add these some type of group pricing in that? So everything you need to ask, right? Because in pricing also there are so many techniques, group pricing, multi-level pricing, right? So don't assume, just keep on asking. After that, step 6, during meeting, take everyone concern or approval. See, suppose in a meeting, just now I have shown you this type of meeting, this. Suppose, let's assume these are the stakeholders, this bottom line, these are the 4 stakeholders. Now if I am going to explaining order to cash, and I will say that okay, in this order to cash This is how the process will be from sales order to item fulfillment, and then item fulfillment to invoice, pick pack ship, and inside that pick pack ship then create the invoice. And if it is okay, so is there any question to everyone? And if nobody replies, then say that okay, fine, I will take it as yes. So in this way you have to take the consent of each and every person, because you also know that the meeting is being recorded, the client also know. So if there is any doubt or the question, so definitely they will also raise their hand. So in this way, just a second, let's go here again. During meeting, take everyone's concern or approval. Then step 7, create a complete document, send it to the client. Right, send it to approval, send it to on the email to take the approval, right, from each and every person. Just take okay or approved from the client side. Now the real task begins here. Step 8. Now the developer team works and the tester team tests the data. That's it. So the developer team works. Now at this point of time there is a little bit relief to business analyst, right? And once the task is done, whatever the task is done, after that whatever the task is done, the tester team will work on it, right? And after the tester team work and they approve that okay, this is okay, quality check is okay. So after then only the business analyst comes into the picture, and then business analyst sent email to the client, and then business analyst will show okay, this is how the procedure completely works. Then step 9, show the report or the so far whatever progress is done. In every stand-up meeting you have to start with the meeting with whatever you have done within the last week or last 2 days, right? And after that, after completion of that, you have to take the requirement from them, and then again you have to show okay, this will be, because many times the project the CEO of their end, they ask that okay, what is the ETL, expected time to complete, ETA, what is ETA, expected time to accomplish this. So in this way the project is conducted, and you have to take everyone in the confidence. For example, let me give you one example here. Like there are few employees in a company. They say that okay, we are not good at technical point of view, but provide us such facility in Excel sheet. That we can do our task also, and we don't need to log in again and again. That means getting the work done, but the person will be the outsider. That person is not good enough in technology. So how we will do this? So we will do with the help of complete process, or we can say we have to find out the solution. On that, and then we have to show them, okay, this is the solution, this is Sootlet page, and on this Sootlet page the information will appear, and then you will hit the button. Or the second is, this is the Excel sheet, on this Excel sheet the button is here given to you, and then just hit that button and your Excel sheet will be uploaded. That means you don't need to that means that you don't need to provide any type of credentials. That is what the target is. Then what we will do, just hold on. Okay, then what we will do, next step is, just a second, just 1 minute. Yes, now let's start. Okay, once everything is done, then conduct the UAT also. So testing, test document, that is different, one complete module is there, right? We will discuss in some other session. So step 10, if everything is okay, start is going, then start multitasking. Suppose if you have shown that, okay, this is what the process is going on and whatever everything is going as per the requirement, then you can start 2-3 modules at the same time and then you can show them. Okay, then what will be the next task? That is, so these all the 10 points, but if you see, there is one thing common, that is communication skills, right? Communicate with the client, send email, again communication. If you are unsure, that then take the time. Now if you understand English, then only you can say that, okay, I need some time to think, right? Then MOM of every meeting, again same English communication. Don't assume, keep asking. You have to ask with the client, right? That also requires English communication. During meeting, take everyone's concern. That means you have to interact with every person during the meeting. Don't communicate. If you keep on communicating only one person, that will not be a proper practice. Okay, again you will see, don't assume, keep asking, fine. During meeting, take everyone concern, fine. Create a complete document and send it to the client for their approval. That's it. Approval taking is most important, right? So all in all, if you see, in today's session we have discussed only on communication skills. Everything, be a soft skills, matters more than technical skills. So in this today's session we have seen how communication skills helps business analyst to perform good in a project, right? You have to ask so many questions, you have to see the conversation of the client, exactly what is required. Okay, and time to time meeting, time to time webinar or the Zoom meeting, anything, whatever is required, you have to do that, right? A business analyst is expected to do all these type of tasks. Okay, and in this way, finally, once you have the quality of all this, you can become a good business analyst, because all the soft skills that are required in a BA you already have. Okay, so after today's session, I'm sure that whenever you will communicate with the client, you will keep all these things in the mind, that okay, we don't need to speak a very hi-fi English, just keep speaking simple English. Understand, focus on understanding the requirement, and don't say yes to every question, right? Don't say yes to every question. And while writing the email also, always write the language in such a way that nobody can point a finger to you that see you have written this in your email. So you have to be precise in your email writing skills. Okay, then you have to be good in mock presentation. So you can do one more thing, you can do a mock practice also, writing an email to the stakeholders, then try to schedule a calendar also, and in that calendar you have to show, okay, this is what we have learned, this is what we are going to show, this is what we are going to present, right? Everything is given here only. Then the next step is if you are not sure, don't say like this that okay, this I don't have any idea of this. You have to say that okay, I will confirm, and then let you know. And maintain a meeting, MOM, everything, and whatever you sent on email, one copy of that at least you should have in your laptop, right? And write the email as simple as possible, right? And then you will see here much than technical skills, and then you will see the BA soft skill communication. So in this communication also, one more important point, always take the lead and always say okay, if it is good then also responsibility will be mine, and if anything goes wrong then also responsibility will be on business analyst, right? So this always keep the habit of taking the responsibilities. If the sales order to cash module is not working properly, or is it showing any type of error while calculation, so you should be able to first determine exactly what the problem is. Okay, so guys, today's session was completely on soft skills, and in our next session we will see like ERP module, right? So we will see the ERP module in our next session. We will start working on it. So far within the last 7 sessions we have discussed a lot. It is more than sufficient that what type of BA are there, how to communicate, and everything. Okay, now in our tomorrow session I will explain you exactly what is ERP and what type of module are there in ERP that you will be facing during the business analyst journey. Okay, so guys, I suggest you to watch this video session once more if anything is unclear to you. And those who joined today, let me tell you that there are 6 sessions also there, so like and subscribe the channel, and then you will get the notification. So today we have seen this, tomorrow we are going to see the ERP part. Okay, so guys, thanks for attending the webinar. See you tomorrow. Thank you.